in my domain. Got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane. It's over before you know it. While you shaking, we're a dynasty in the making. We're the royalty. Now we're breaking down the enemy. Move over for the soldiers. Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine. We live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory, for the glory. We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high. For the glory, we do it for the glory.
Race number 5 rolls into your living room, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to continue on the season here, the second season of the NNSCRA TaxSlayer Truck Series. We're getting ready to go racing here tonight under the lights at the Texas Motor Speedway for the Rattlesnake 400. Now these drivers here, they were off for a couple of weeks after last week. It was just the Hershey's Cup Series on the West Coast at the Sonoma Raceway, but we're back. We're ready to go, and it's time to find out who's going to continue on their season here with a trip to victory lane. For most drivers, it would be their first trip to victory lane this season, but there are a couple of drivers out there that are looking to get their second win of the year, and of course we talk about this all the time, especially here in the TaxSlayer Truck Series, with there being only 8 available spots open in the playoffs. Every win is so important in getting you into one of those limited playoff positions. So will we see something here tonight? Keep in mind, last time we were at a racetrack, it was Atlanta Motor Speedway 2 weeks ago, a D-shaped mile-and-a-half speedway. Tonight at Texas, little different configuration, little different banking in the turns, but still, again, another D-shaped mile-and-a-half speedway. So a lot of the drivers that had good success last time out at Atlanta might be our front runners here tonight at Texas. It'll be 34 laps of racing. It's got an all Ford F-Series front row. Sky Commons lines up on the pole position. Alongside of him is going to be Jake Smith in the 19. Both these drivers coming into this race running well in the point standings. Commons is 5th in the points coming into the day's race, and Jake Smith is 11th in the point standings. So both of these drivers having very consistent years so far and trying to get their first trip to victory lane. Then you look behind them in third place, you got H Gallant in the 43. Heather comes into this race 10th in points, and rounding out the top 4 for the first 2 rows is going to be the 98 of Austin LaPlante. Now LaPlante, on the other hand, really looking to rebound from what's been a pretty dismal start to his season. He comes into this race currently situated back in the 32nd position. But in just a moment, it'll be time to go down and get these engines fired up. So, you know what? Why don't we go down trackside and do that right now, and then we'll give you your top 10 in points during the pacing lap.
Drivers, start your engines.
There's the command given. A very good command it was, too. And it's time to now give you your top 10 in the point standings, presented by Golden Corral. Nicholas Raill is the points leader coming into this race, 4 points in hand over his teammate H Garcia. M Czekala is 3rd in the points standings with A Olvera in 4th, and 5th is Sky Commons. The top 5 in points separated by only 10 points. 6th in the points standings is last time out's winner, I should say, N Stapleton, who went coast to coast at Atlanta. Melody Baker is 7th in the points with P Minnick in 8th, O Pollard in 9th place, and H Gallant completes the top 10. Only 23 points separating the top 10 in the point standings, so still a big opportunity for drivers to be able to move their way up and down the point standings depending on the night they have here at Texas. We've been here only one other time before. That was last season. Joshua Sakuli taking the checkered flag. He's now up in the Hershey's Cup Series, but the car that he went to victory lane and is in this field, rolling off from the 6th position with rookie H Gallant behind the wheel. So can the 73 go to victory lane in back-to-back seasons here at the Texas Motor Speedway? Only time will tell. Pace car makes the left-hand turn to pit road, and the Rattlesnake 400 at Texas Motor Speedway is green. Let's roll! Yeehaw! Top 2, now top 3 looks like are going to get single file. Cummins, Gallant, and then Michael Haas, who's actually got his older brother right behind him. Both of the Haas racing cars down that inside line, the 28 and the 8. And then last time out's winner, N Stapleton, right there in 5th place, trying to go back-to-back as Sky Cummins will lead the first lap of the evening. Now we saw last time out in Atlanta, we saw drivers going double wide, even 3 wide. Now this racetrack, they can do it as well. However, so far we haven't seen anybody decide to force the issue 3 wide, as there's a swap for the lead between a couple of teammates. Matt making the pass on Michael Haas. And now here comes H Garcia in the 51, our winner from Daytona, moving into the 2nd position. Garcia trying to get his 2nd win of the year. He's also trying to take the points lead back from teammate Nicholas Raill, as we do have 3 wide now. That is the points leader, Nicholas Raill, in the middle, with K Tsang on the bottom. Michael Haas up top, rather, I should say. We settle it back out. 3 wide further back in the field here. That is the 62 of Henry Williams. Nick Johnson, the defending champion. Way up top side, the 29 of Isaac Nicholls, and we got a car around! That was Jake Moss got spun. He saved it, but we got more trucks that are spinning back there, one of which appeared to be the 29 of Nicholls. Another one looked like the 88 of Zoerlein. The caution is out. And that Haas led us to that yellow flag. For the most part, it looks like both drivers that spun out got away relatively unscathed. There's a little bit of rear end damage on the back of the 29. Cooper Standard at Ford F-Series out of Smart Racing or Smart Motorsports. But doesn't look like a whole lot of damage at all on the 88 of Jonathan Zoerlein. I think we may have gotten away with one there. Got pit stops going to take place here. Matt Haas awfully low there on turns 3 and 4, and yes, he is coming to pit road. And we got some drivers staying out. Garcia, Tsang, Cervantes, Gallant, Walker, Stapleton, they're staying out. So I'm assuming these drivers here don't feel we're going to have another caution flag before the checkered waves, and if that's the case and these drivers are within their fuel window, they might very well be playing out a very smart strategy. Matt Haas playing the ultimate risk reward, giving up the race lead to H Garcia in hopes that this race goes clean and green to the end. But for now, let's take a look and see what brought out our first caution of the evening at Texas. Keep your eyes on the blue truck up on the top side there, the 29 of Isaac Nicholls. That's the 24 of Jake Moss behind him. Oh boy, I don't know if the 29 got the wall or not, and that scrubbed off speed and caused the 24 to come down off the nose of the 88 of Zoerlein or not. That was quite a save there by Patrick Curtis in the 0 truck as well. There you see the 29 of Nicholls get the inside wall with the rear of his truck. I don't know if Zoerlein made a whole lot of contact with his Toyota Tundra, but that was a number of really good saves. A nice avoidance there by the 05 of Patrick Smith. I mean, we only had 2 trucks spin out there, and in all honesty, there were about 3 more trucks that were sideways and kept it going, one of which was Patrick Curtis, another of which was Jake Moss. So some drivers did a very good job of not making that a worse wreck than what it was. But that's going to obviously put Jonathan Zoerlein and Isaac Nicholls back in the field. Those are drivers that came in 15th and 18th in the point standing, so they're going to have to try and see if they can recover after they were running up about mid-pack when that wreck took place. Well, we haven't gotten the 1 to green signal yet. My assumption is we will probably get it when they hit the line this next time by. So H Garcia has now, as far as bonus points are concerned, cut the points lead between himself and his teammate Nicholas Raill by 1 point, with the fact that he now inherits the lead after Matt Haas decided to come to pit road under this yellow, and as a result, he has led a lap. That is a bonus point for the 51. He'll restart as the race leader, with H Sanchez in second. Third place will be Ricky Cervantes, H Gallant in fourth, Wyatt Walker fifth, then N Stapleton, M Czekala, T Deaver, P Minnick, and A LaPlante. That will be your top 10. See if the lights do go out atop the pace car this time. And it looks like they did. Let's see where Matt Haas is going to be restarting. There he is. He came to pit road, as apparently did Melody Baker in the 3, Nicholas Raill in the 54. So the first car that had hit pit road will be restarting in the 20th position. Like I said, I don't know what the fuel window is for these drivers, but these top 19 that stayed out are obviously relying on the fact that we have not seen our only caution of the evening here tonight. The drivers from 20th on back, if they are within the fuel window of being able to make it the rest of the way, are relying that this race will go clean and green to the end, and that these 19 drivers will be stuck having to make pit stops under green flag conditions. It's kind of interesting too, because we talk about this points battle between a couple of teammates out of Kyle Busch Motorsports. Well, Garcia decided to stay out, and on the flip side, Nicholas Raill decided to come to pit road. So we shall see how that plays out in the outcome of this race. Waiting on that pace car to make the left-hand turn, and we'll get set to go back racing. We should also make mention, nobody out of the race after what we saw take place. Jonathan Zoerlein and Isaac Nicholls got their cars repaired, or trucks repaired, returned back to the track. All 42 cars back on the lead lap as the green flag is waving once again. We saw how drivers were double wide and 3 wide through the mid-pack. Now with a single file restart, it's going to take them a little bit of time to bunch up and start making those kind of moves again. So we may not see a whole lot of double wide action up here, especially at the front of the field. We'll have to wait and see. H Tsang all over the back bumper of H Garcia for the top position. Then you got Cervantes and Gallant there in a pretty good nose-to-tail battle for the third position. Gallant going to make the step out for the third spot, and here comes H Tsang for the race lead. We mentioned that the previous winner of this event last season was Joshua Zakuli, driving the 73 for WF9 Motorsports. Well, H Tsang drives for that same team, so can that team go back-to-back here in the TaxSlayer Truck Series at Texas Motor Speedway? Not if H Gallant has anything to say about it. H Gallant to the inside looking for the top spot. T Deaver, who was the one that was making a lot of the early moves at the drop of the green flag, now up there set to battle for second place. He's brought P Minnick and the 21 along with him. Minnick 8th in the point standings. First time tonight we've talked about him. A LaPlante right there in the 98, and then the next car behind him would be the 33 of E Barber. Gallant will clear now for the top position. P Minnick looking to move into second place. They're 3 wide back there. Joseph Romero sticking last time out's winner N Stapleton in the middle. H Tsang up top side and losing ground. Jake Smith, who started on the outside of the front row, is now on that inside line trying to work his way to the front. I'm also seeing one of our Bristol winners, PJ Williams, working his way up there, that neon green number 10. P Minnick to the race lead. He did not lead that last lap, though, so he wants to lead on the way back here to the start-finish line to get a bonus point. Not going to be able to do it, though. A LaPlante forges to the inside, and that Thor Motorsports number 98, he'll take the top position out of turn 4. Joseph Romero throws the block on Jake Smith and in turn is going to get to the inside of Austin LaPlante for the top spot. So he'll get the spot down here to 3 and 4. Question is, will he have it by the time they hit the start-finish line? Continues to hold the bottom of the racetrack, trying to pin down Jake Smith from being able to make a move. They're 3 wide behind him. LaPlante up top side as PJ Williams was stuck in the middle. That was Wyatt Walker in the 13 that made that 3 wide move. Romero going to hold on and lead at least for a little bit longer as Tony Green makes the move on the inside of Jake Smith. Tony Green, a former Truck Series winner, back at the very first Truck Series race, Season 1 Daytona. Only one of the Kyle Busch Motorsports Toyotas that's not exactly having a great season. He's 29th in the point standings coming to this one, as Jake Smith now way up top side. We've seen all night long, you get kicked up to the high side, there's no grip up there, no speed whatsoever, and you drop like a rock. Romero now looking in his rearview mirror, and that black, white, and yellow number 13 looming large there. But here comes Michael Haas to the bottom of the racetrack in the 28, and our pole sitter's worked his way back up to the front. Sky Commons in the 99 now in a battle with Wyatt Walker for 3rd place. And as this battling for second continues to go on, that continues to alleviate the pressure off Joseph Romero. Continues to try and block that inside line, and that's allowing him for the moment to continue to stay out in front. Had a lot of swapping for the lead going on here in the early stages of the restart. Now, drivers have a little bit of difficulty being able to challenge Romero for the top spot. Joseph Romero's been to victory lane in an NNSCRA event, won back in the Pizza Hut X Series, then Almond Joy Series in Season 1 at Sonoma. And now lose the lead though as Sky Commons started up front, fell back a bit, now back up to the top position. Let's see if he can hang on to the spot. Let's see if maybe we can have our second driver go coast to coast in 2 weeks. Stapleton, last time out at Atlanta, started on the pole, faded back, but came up to the front late and won the race at Atlanta, going coast to coast. Can Sky Commons do the same? Speaking of Stapleton, he's now up to that 4th position, so we got a good battle for second. The 3 and the 4, Melody Baker low, Tony Green up high. Baker comes into this race 7th in the point standings. Last year was a very struggling season for Michael Norman Motorsports and that 3 team. Easton Barber was the driver at the time, but now both of the Michael Norman Motorsports cars doing pretty doggone well. Melody Baker 7th in points, and Easton Barber comes into this race 23rd in points. He was 14th in the standings heading into Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, but had a pretty dismal run and it dropped him quite a number of spots in the standings, but still he's been having a much better year than he had last season. Meanwhile up front, Sky Commons continues to show the way and has a bit of a gap from himself back to Melody Baker. That gap now visibly starting to close up a bit as they're starting to close in on a slower machine. That is Z Winkle in the 90. Who doesn't have a hood. Not certain why that is, unless we had some kind of stack up on pit road or some incident on pit road that I didn't know about under that last caution, our only caution so far here tonight. Oh, Winkle! Trying to find a way to get out of all the leaders' path, and he blocked Joseph Romero on the bottom, and now everybody wadded up behind the 90 machine. He's holding up that entire outside line. Melody Baker, Tony Green, Nathan Stapleton, all trapped up there. That moves Michael Haas up to 2nd. Paul Minnick gets 3rd from Joseph Romero at the line. And these drivers from 2nd and back are going to have a full head of steam on the 99 of Sky Commons. We got Haas, Minnick, and now Henry Williams has moved up into the 4th position. Patrick Curtis, who had that incredible save when we had our first caution on the back straightaway, he's now up to 5th, and Alex Hawkins in the 7 is now up in 6th place. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jake Moss, another driver who had a great save when that wreck took place in the back straightaway, he's now up into the top 10, battling with Joseph Romero. That's for 7th on the track. Battle here. Alex Hawkins to the inside. Paul Minnick up top side. That's for 5th. Give it to Minnick at the line for the moment. Henry Williams making some moves. He's now up to 3rd place. Trying to get William Brock Motorsports their 2nd win of the season. Their first one, of course, came last time out, courtesy of Nathan Stapleton at Atlanta. Top 4, single file. They've broken away from 5th place for the moment, which is still under contest between a couple of green machines, Hawkins and Minnick. Henry Williams makes the move for 2nd on Matt Haas. And you can see right there, as they're battling side by side, how the 99 was able to pull away, especially there out of the exit of turn 2. 3 wide for 2nd, why not? Curtis to the inside, Williams in the middle. Michael Haas way up top side, maybe a little contact right there off 4 between the 0 and the 62. Gotta stop battling each other because time is ticking away, and so are the laps. 8 laps to go is what they got when they hit the stripe that last time by. Here comes Alex Hawkins in the 7. Boy, he got a big run out of turn 2. And now he's up here fighting with these drivers for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And so now is Harrison Ponder in the 2 truck. #29 of Isaac Nicholls, who was involved in our only caution of the evening so far. Might play a factor, but he is a teammate to the 99 of Sky Commons, so I don't know how much of a fight he's going to put up in trying to block Sky Commons. I'm also kind of surprised we haven't seen those drivers that stayed out under our only caution have to hit pit road yet. Didn't think they could make it the full 34 lap distance on 1 tank of fuel, but maybe they can. Battle for the lead is on. Patrick Curtis to the inside of Sky Commons. Curtis was a 2-time winner in the Pizza Hut X Series last season. Swapped rides with Alex Gray. Gray moved up to the Pizza Hut X Series. Curtis moved down to the TaxSlayer Truck Series, and whoa! That was a little close there. Henry Williams driving it in deep. It's going to cost him as he had to check up a bit, and now that brings Harrison Ponder to his back door for 3rd. Patrick Curtis winds up the rubber band, tries it again, and they're catching that 29 of Isaac Nicholls. Which line is Nicholls going to have to go to? Is he going to try and block and play defense for his teammate in the 99? Look at Commons! What a move by Commons! Cleared the 0, tried to do the crossover on his teammate. Nicholls going to move up, going to allow his teammate by, but Commons is bringing a lot of friends with him. Well, not friends in his terms anyway. Right now, it's looking like the best 2 trucks are out in front. Commons in the 99, Curtis in the 0. But does anybody have a late charge to challenge these 2? Still a ways to go, still plenty of time for a move to be made. It'll be 3 laps to go as Sky Commons hits the stripe. Patrick Curtis right there makes the move to the inside for the top position. He's tried a couple of times, hasn't been successful in taking the top position away from Commons in the 99. Can he do it this time? Highline gets a good run there out of turn 2. Commons tries to clear, can't do it. Gray is still there. Make that Curtis is still there for the top spot. Couple of teammates back there. From Strigley Motorsports, the 2 of Harrison Ponder, the 12 of Alexander Rowe. Do they have anything to say? 3 wide for 2nd as Patrick Curtis takes control of the lead. Get that run out of turn 2 on the high side Harrison Ponder got. If they could just make it back to the white flag, we will finish this race. Whether it be under caution or under green, we will race back to the checkers. White flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go for Patrick Curtis, trying to hold off the Strigley Motorsports teammates of Ponder and Rowe. And we see drivers leaving pit road. My assumption would be it's those drivers that stayed out under that last and only caution. Down the back straightaway, it's Curtis, Ponder, Rowe, Hawkins. Battle for 2nd. That's all she wrote. Patrick Curtis will get his first career TaxSlayer Truck Series victory. Takes the Rattlesnake 400 here tonight at Texas. 2-time winner last season in the Pizza Hut X Series. And now picks up what will be his third career NNSCRA victory and his first of the TaxSlayer Truck Series under the lights here at Texas Motor Speedway. Trying to look and see, Patrick Curtis last season in the Pizza X Series had back-to-back wins at Chicagoland and Indianapolis, and he can now add Texas as a track on his resume that he has taken a checkered flag at. Let's take a look and see what the finishing results were for this race. Curtis with the win. It is the second time that the Zero truck has gone to victory lane in TaxSlayer Truck Series history. Alex Gray put the truck in victory lane last year at Bristol Dirt in one of the heat races. Harrison Ponder will finish it in second with teammate Alexander Rowe there in third, so a great run for a couple of the Strigley Motorsports cars. Alex Hawkins will finish in fourth, and fifth place will be Nathan Stapleton. So following up his win a couple of weeks ago, a great run for the 92. As rookies swept the entire top five. As a matter of fact, they swept the top seven. Jake Smith's going to bring it home in sixth with Sky Commons in seventh. Those two will undoubtedly be in the top 10 in points heading into our upcoming next race. Caitlin Tsang was the first veteran to finish up in the top 10 in eighth place with Jake Moss there in ninth. That's a comeback for the 24, no doubt about that. And Melody Baker will finish out the evening in the top 10 in the 10th position. Patrick Smith was in 11th, 12th for Michael Haas, Henry Williams 13th, Hillary Sanchez in 14th, and J Lagasee will finish out the evening in the 15th position. And the rest of your top 10 or top 20 rather, I should say, were Matt Haas, Paul Minnick, Michael Whitman, O Pollard, and Ryan Acosta. Let's see who those drivers were that could not make it the distance on fuel and had to pit. And yeah, number of them were drivers that stayed out under that only caution we had. Isaac Nicholls was trapped a lap down after the leaders got around him. His damaged race car finishes 37th, but H Garcia, Wyatt Walker, Heather Gallant, and Ricky Cervantes all finishing off the lead lap. They did stay out under that caution and were not able to make it on fuel. And Z Winkle in the 90 finishes a lap down after we saw he had damage from, I'm guessing, some kind of incident that took place on pit road during that yellow flag pit stop cycle. But that is going to do it here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We have shown your full feature results. These are your rookie points and your overall points heading into our next race, which for the trucks is going to be again in 2 weeks at the Talladega Super Speedway. Always considered a wild card race when we go there, so that should be certainly an experience. And a lot of times those restricted plate tracks seem to cater to the underdog or the driver struggling in points. We'll have to see if that holds true. We still got to finish up our race weekend here from Texas, as we'll have Pizza X Series and Hershey's Cup Series action coming for you to cap off this weekend. And then next week, it's only Hershey's Cup Series once again as we get ready for our Eldora race. That is always a lot of fun, and you'll want to tune in for that. But till then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, Offline Racing at its best.